Hey, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Get Stuff Done Behind the Scenes. My name is Bonnie Campo, and of course, you all recognize this other face on the screen. It's our fearless leader, Steven Harpe. Hey, Steve.
Hey, how's it going, Bonnie?
It is going great. You know, I've been waiting to get around to you, and we always kick this off saying, you know, what do you love about your job? What do you do? Being the director of OMES, can you just give us an idea of what your day-to-day looks like?
Yeah, you know, every day's different. You know, I try to explain it. We had an employee appreciation day yesterday, and to try to describe that to everyone, first of all, my job is to make sure I fight for the 1,000 people that we have in this agency that are doing, you know, amazing work every day for Oklahomans. But hour to hour, it's a different topic. It's a different subject. It's legislators. It's meeting with directors of agencies. It's also meeting with some of our subject matter experts on getting advice. I just came from a meeting, for example, with the Treasury Department that was really outstanding, where we just get essential services, or the provider of essential services in the state. I get brought into a lot of these conversations, and it's really super cool. OMES has made a massive difference in the state and in production of services in the last 14 months. I'd even say further than that. I don't want to. We have members that have been here for a long time. They've been doing this for a while. We've been able to highlight a lot of that in the last 14 months that maybe wasn't highlighted before. But we are. I mean, now day to day, hour to hour. I get done with this call. I'll be back into budget conversations, and after that, I'll be diving into to a technology issue or direction that Justin Brown wants us to go into. And then it's exciting. You have to really enjoy not having to stay in the moment too long, and be able to trust the people around you, because the only thing that makes it successful for me is that we have these great employees. I have a great team. I'm able to get quick direction, provide some framework, and then let them go work out the details. And for the most part, that's worked out really well. So, and of course, I work for the governor and I work for John Budd. So I'm constantly in interactions with him. And as a cabinet member now, that's brought some new things to my doorstep as well. So, but number one, it's always about fighting for that, those 1,000 employees that we have, and making sure that we highlight and what they're doing. Like I'll say this. It's super important to me that people understand who we are, that we're servants, that we're a servant-like organization. But because of that, I also want to make sure that we protect our name. And so, that's still a daily part of the fight, too. You still hear about some of these things that you have to go shine a white light on the truth and make sure that people understand truly what we do and how we do it. And there are occasions where, that storyline might be right, and we just have to make corrective action, and we do it fast. So, at 53, I didn't know if I'd have the energy for it, but man, our people energize me. So I can't imagine not doing it at this point. But it's a really cool experience.
Well, and it is. You talk a lot about what you love there, but realistically, is there one facet of your job coming from, that technology sector to what you're doing now in public service that you really take away and you're proud of and that you love?
The thing that I would say I love the most are the relationships. I mean, honestly, when you're in technology, sometimes you don't always have that opportunity because technologists in general, this isn't everyone, you might be dealing with some introverted, even all the way up through the chain. And so communications aren't always the best. But what I do love about, this job and about all the things that I get to interact in are the relationships that you build. I mean, it's great working and seeing other leaders and other agencies and legislators and the governor be so successful. And we get to play a role in that. We get to play, a small part of that to help them. And we don't need our name out there. It's not about Steve Harpe or Bonnie Campo or whoever. It's about their interaction with citizens, but we get to glean from that. And I just hope people realize that relationships are what matter. How we provide services, how we make people feel about those services matters a lot. And that's the thing I enjoy the most.
It's serving those that serve Oklahomans. And I know that's been a huge mission for us. We talk about every time what our employees do to really serve those people. But from what you do, how can we make that message hit home for the millions of Oklahomans who are out there? What do you do every day to serve them?
Every day, first of all, it starts with we're driven to make sure we make the best decisions. And I think how to say this the right way. It's not always about being the cheapest. It's about the best value. It's about modernization. It's about trying to think of that citizen every time that, whether we're talking about, DHS or a healthcare issue, education, whatever it is, how do we make sure that they're receiving those services? And by the way, during a time of pandemic and as we exit that time, how do we keep on the forefront of this and make Oklahoma truly a top 10 state? But although that's the governor's mission for all of us, I also think it's important that the citizens know that we're trying to operate this thing now as a $22.9 billion entity and not a bunch of individual entities. And because of doing that, it's driving better services. It's driving us to places that we never could have gone. As horrible as COVID was, it's allowed us to have some funding that we wouldn't have had to in like quick fashion upgrade their journey maps so that when they go do something that they can receive those services easier, faster, and not necessarily have to be face to face with someone, because there's still a lot of concern out there about that. And the last thing I'd say about that is we are behind the scenes. Our employees are the ones that are helping make DHS's mission successful, helping make the Medicare program through OHCA successful, helping the tax commission, helping the treasurer, that's our job. And we serve all those things. And our partners are the ones that are going to get the kudos as they should. OESC is another good example. I mean, we've been embedded with them for so long. And Shelley Zumwalt there has done a good job. And you'll hear about what OESC does. And occasionally we get referenced, but honestly, that's not what drives us. But citizens need to know that we're involved in all of it. And it's a really cool place to be. Like when I first got into this job, I think citizens would think, well, OMES, we didn't have the best reputation at the time. But all we had to do was kind of free up our people. There's so much ingenuity and creativity in this agency that now other agencies are experiencing, and it's turning into positivity for citizens and what they do. And I just want to put this little tidbit in there also. We get brought into everything that's not even in our scope. So if you think about the public health lab, or if you think about the driver's license issue right now, about a month and a half ago, 6 weeks or so, we were brought into that problem to come in and help. And DPS has been a great partner, and we're all in this together. And so that's the cool thing. DPS is, when we get through this process, they're going to get a lot of kudos. But I just want citizens to know that we're in the background. We're helping and assisting them with technology, with business process, and with management of vendors and things like that to help Oklahoma get what they deserve.
It's the name of this segment, but it's also the mentality you brought to OMES. But we have to say it again, get stuff done was the one thing you wanted the mission to be. And certainly you've seen that change. So going forward, get stuff done will be our battle cry.
Yeah, well, going forward, we're getting ready to reinvent that a little bit. It's been the battle cry for the last 14 months. Break as much glass as you can. Don't be bureaucratic. Make sure everything we do, of course, that we're legal and compliant, but at the same time, question everything, validate everything, and move fast. So going forward, we're going to be smart. We're going to be smart about all of our decisions. We're going to be smart about the choices that we make. In a pandemic, sometimes because you're moving too fast, you may not be as smart as you'd like to, but now we have a little bit of time to apply new processes. So we'll be smart. We're also going to be fast because just like in the real world, or what I like to call the real world, our citizens need things quickly. They can't wait on bureaucratic process to take months and months and months. And so we're working through that. So we're going to be the Central Services Agency that is smart, fast, and then GSD. I mean, that's not leaving us. We still have to get stuff done. We still have to find ways. When someone tells us why we can't do something, we got to find people that can help us visualize the 10 ways we will be successful. Why, jump and whatever hurdle we have to. So again, it'll be smart, fast, GSD, and that's who we're gonna be going forward.
I love it. Anything else you want to say?
No, this is a privilege. I got to tell you, for those out there that have ever contemplated coming into, to be a servant, to work for the state, to work for the state government, I highly recommend it. This time, you really have an opportunity during Governor Stitt's reign here that you can make a difference. You can make a real difference. You can get in. More partners now listen. More people are willing to hear different ideas. Diversity's really been key, and I think that we're starting to see we've been seeing the benefit of that. But now we're coming out of the pandemic for sure. I would encourage anyone that's willing that would love to hear more about the experience and where they can help, to give us a call. They can reach out to OMES, and we're happy to help find and point you in the right direction. Whether, you want to do it short time, full time, whatever, we're here. But we need more help for sure. But more than any time ever, probably in Oklahoma or our history, it's a great time to serve. It really is.
Well, it's been a privilege for me to be able to have you here today. So thank you for making the time. And everyone, please like, comment, and share this video so we can share Steve's mission, OMES's mission, and just know that our employees are truly valued here at this agency.
Thanks, Bonnie. Good talking to you.
See you guys next time.
Take care.